Craig Barlow. Craig Barlow has achieved lifetime status on the PGA Tour, an honor that comes to only a very select group of professionals. He earned this recognition by making the cut in more than 150 PGA Tour events during a career that has spanned 2 decades. Known for a tenacious work ethic, Barlow parlayed his experiences as a junior golfer in Las Vegas and at Basic High School into one of the best professional careers ever compiled by a resident of Southern Nevada. Barlow is a former Southern Nevada Golf Association Player of the Year and Nevada State Amateur Champion, and for a few years in the mid-90s was nearly unbeatable on the Southern Nevada Amateur Circuit. In 1994, he qualified for the U.S. Open at Oakmont, an accomplishment that instilled in him the confidence he needed to attain his dream of playing on the PGA Tour. Barlow is well known for going seriously low and holds course records at several Las Vegas golf courses, including a round of 62 at Cascada. He also fired a 61 at the Las Vegas Country Club during the 1999 Las Vegas Invitational, only to be topped 24 hours later by fellow Las Vegas Golf Hall of Fame member Tommy Armour III, who shot a 60. Barlow once shot 63 at famed Cypress Point, tying the course record of Mr. Ben Hogan.
Well, I think Craig's perseverance and determination in getting on the PGA Tour is probably what impressed me the most and still impresses me the most, that as a young man he didn't have some of the advantages that some of the other golfers in Las Vegas had. And he stuck with it, was determined to get out there and play professionally, and he obviously did that and is still doing that today. Well, as a young man, I think some of us who've been around a while know, but he delivered pizzas to generate income so he could go out and play tournaments. And there were many SNGA events that we all played in where Craig was out delivering pizzas at night and then would show up on the first tee at 7:30 in the morning having worked all night. And I think that speaks volumes of how hard Craig did work to get out there and accomplish what he's accomplished today. Well, one of the things was I was part of the team or part of the group of individuals that helped to put together a sponsorship deal with Craig or for Craig. And one of the things that really still impresses me is that Craig made sure that he stayed in touch with those sponsors. He sent them postcards, telephone calls from the road. And when he came back into town, he went out and played golf with those individuals who had enough faith in him, to reach in their pocket and help write a check to where he could go try and play and live his dream. Well, I think one of the most important things is he's local. Craig is from Las Vegas or Henderson, grew up here, played golf here, junior golf, amateur golf. Again, didn't have some of the luxuries that some other golfers who have been successful did. From Black Mountain, a working man's country club, did whatever he had to do to get out there. Actually worked for me in the Las Vegas Invitational as a young man. And again, I think that's what impresses me most is Craig, had a goal, set his mind to it, and worked very, very hard, to accomplish that. Well, he got the most out of his golf game. Craig may not agree with this, but he doesn't have the prettiest golf swing that's ever come down the pike. But he can flat play. Not too many guys have shot 61 at the Las Vegas Country Club in a tour event. He has. I think he's shot 63 at Cypress Point. Craig has the ability to go very, very low, and that is not a trait that all golfers have, whether they're on the tour or not. And again, once he gets going, he keeps going. And again, I think that gets back to that determination and perseverance that when he gets headed in a direction, he's gonna get to that end goal one way or another. One of the conversations Craig and I had years ago was he felt that if he couldn't beat everybody in this town, then how's he gonna compete on the PGA Tour? So once he accomplished that, he went to the next level, played some mini tour events, the Nevada Open and so forth, was successful at that level, and then all of a sudden, he's on the PGA Tour.
First thing that comes to mind when I think about Craig Barlow is character. He has tremendous character and work ethic. Craig is a driven guy. He just knew what he wanted when he was young, and he went after it. And I just think he's got character that other people wish that they had, and they pretend that they have. Craig's got it. Craig wanted to beat me and Frank Acker. We were the guys that people wanted to knock off back then. We were kind of the big guys in golf. Now we're just big guys. So anyway, Craig, he took aim at us, and I remember one time in particular where Frank and I are playing, and Craig's just beating us. And I don't think it was the first time, but he was kind of coming from nowhere. You know, everybody's, who is this kid? You know, I mean, he's getting to be pretty good. Well, he beat us. So Frank says, you know, he says, this sumbitch is pretty good. He says, we're going to have to work on our game a little bit, you know. So we made a point to go in. Craig was sitting in the grill room out there at Black Mountain, and we made a point to go over there and kind of needle him a little bit. And we went to him and we said, well, Craig, great playing. You played really great this weekend, and you really deserve it. And really, you know, we hope you really like the trophy, because you're not going to win another one. And he kind of looked up, and he wasn't sure if we were kidding or not. And I don't know if we knew we were kidding or not. And apparently that motivated him. He won every tournament after that. He won them all, just a clean sweep. To me, what has to be part of the Craig Barlow story of going into the Hall of Fame is his tenaciousness on following through on his plan to be successful. You don't see it very often in anything, but he's a driven guy. He knew what he wanted, he made a plan, and he followed it. And his work ethic is unquestioned. And I've seen a lot of guys, and I know a number of different tour players. Craig's work ethic is way up there, way up there, way past really any of the guys that I know that are on the tour. And his story is a movie. When you go to a movie and you want to see a good movie about life, it's Craig Barlow. Craig's a pro. I mean, he's a real pro. He's not somebody that will big league you one day and treat you nice the next day. He's the same all the time. He's not a person that lives his life superficially. He's a real guy. He's a real person. And I don't have a son. If I had one, I'd like it to be Craig Barlow.